Today I'm flying economy on Emirates from Singapore to Melbourne. Now, I actually checked into this flight in Kuala Lumpur last night, flew down from KL on Malaysia Airlines and had a 14-hour transit in Singapore. What's more, while this flight is on Emirates, I'm booked on a Qantas code share ticket. Qantas don't have a daytime flight from Singapore to Melbourne, but they do offer this code share with Emirates. So I will be interested to see how this flight compares to the Qantas flight I took from Melbourne to Singapore on Qantas metal 4 days ago. Despite the fact that I'm already checked in and I got a boarding pass yesterday, I might just reprint my boarding pass because it was over 12 hours ago that I checked in, so you never know what might go wrong. Can't be too sorry. Well, there you go. It wouldn't actually let me reprint my boarding pass, so they just said, oh no, you're fine, go straight through. So hopefully it all works out. Okay, so we're through. Here I am in Terminal 1. Lounges. Emirates lounge to the left. Now, curiously, when I went through immigration there, the guy looked at my boarding pass, said, where did you get this? And I said, I got it in KL yesterday. He said, go and get another one. I said, well, I just tried. And they said, this is fine. So he scanned it. It registered okay. So he said, all right then, I guess that's fine. But I don't know. I'm not going to be completely comfortable with that until I get on the aeroplane, I think. Quite a bit of activity at 7:30 a.m. or 8 a.m. Now, theoretically, because I'm on a Qantas codeshare flight, I could probably go to any One World lounge, but as I discovered the other day, they're usually not open this early in the morning, so let's find the Emirates lounge. Qatar lounge is open, but so is the Emirates lounge. I've not been to either, so let's try the Emirates lounge. I do like a lounge with a tarmac view, I must admit, and of course it is busier down this end because everyone else does. Well, definitely one of the nicer lounges I've been to in Singapore. Nice and bright, expansive views of the runway. And I'm not too sure how many flights Emirates have out of Singapore each day, but it's a very large lounge. I'll have to check the departures board to see who's actually here. Well, there we go. We've got 2 flights departing in the next hour. One through to Dubai and one through to Melbourne. Okay, so they've announced boarding, heading to gate C13. Well, not much of a queue to get through security, which is good. I've always avoided economy in the Emirates 777 because they squeeze 10 seats across the plane. Fortunately on this flight I had a row of 3 to myself, so it was very comfortable. But I suspect the experience would be different if the plane had a full load.
Pushback and Take terminal. The time to climb up to 39,000 feet. We're the forecast for a journey today. Would all ground personnel please leave the aircraft?
So the Emirates in-seat entertainment is just so vastly superior to what Qantas offered on the A330. The screen is, I would say, almost 4 times the size. The in-seat power is far more readily accessible, and you have the separate hand controller. Well, I was just personally greeted by the Emirates flight crew before we'd even push back. Offered me a drink while we waited.
In charge of the cabin, nice to see you again. Enjoy the flight to Melbourne.
Thank you very much. And there we have it again. Personally greeted. I assume it's because I'm a gold frequent flyer. And pretty light load on the plane, I must admit, today, so maybe they're just picking out the few gold or platinums that are on board. But certainly makes you feel welcome. The in-flight entertainment touchscreen was responsive and offered a vast array of choices. And we're pushing back 5 minutes early at 10:05. taxi used to be so short at Singapore, but with this new runway and the airport expansion, it's almost 20 minutes since we pushed back, and we still haven't reached the runway for takeoff yet. Well, straight after takeoff, crew member came up and asked me what drink I would like, addressed me by my name, so clearly they don't have much to do today. But so far, very good service. There we have it. My drink arrives straight away. Well, the food has been plentiful and excellent. It really puts Qantas to shame, I have to say. A proper meal presented on a tray, multiple choices, metal cutlery, a salad appetizer, roast chicken for main course, and then a semolina cake. I think it was a semolina cake with orange as a dessert, followed by a Kit Kat and a separate chocolate. Very impressive. I'd somehow excused Qantas 5 days ago when they presented the meal. I told myself, well, I guess the world's changed. We can't expect full service on a full service airline anymore, but Emirates has proved me wrong. Really excellent so far. Well, the captain kept the seatbelt sign on for the first 90 minutes into the flight, and then it went off during the meal service. There's been a bit of a backlog to use the toilets, but finally got my turn. The toilets are adequate, clean, there's toiletries here, not huge, but fairly classic Emirates toilet. About 2 hours before landing, the crew offered a second light snack service. There was a choice of spinach puff or chicken puff. I got the chicken puff.
I'd like to thank you for listening to our Emirates and wish you a pleasant stay in Melbourne.
7 hours in the air, we finally land in Melbourne. I have to say I'm very impressed with the Emirates economy service. The food was plentiful, the service was exceptional, and the seats were acceptably comfortable, although I did have a row of 3 to myself.